It's all the pain that makes you strong. So you can't have one without the other. Ain't that right, Hosted?
Like a drifter, I was born to walk alone. Oh shit. The tight squeeze.
Man, you get so self-efficient and strong.
I'm recording a video. Howdy, folks. Howdy, folks. I bet you have been wondering where I've been. I'm sure nobody was wondering that. I haven't made a video in a while. Exhibit A. Tomorrow, I think I've been on crutches for 3 weeks. I want to do my first story time video. I also bought this. Manic Panic. It's supposed to be orange. Psychedelic Sunset. So I think it's like an orange red. My boyfriend says it's gonna look really bad. I'm excited to see what it looks like. I want you to know that this is not gonna be a really happy video. What happened to me, I found like I was really depressed for a while after, but I quickly got over it. I just want you to know it was kind of scary. Let's start. 8 months ago, my friend was like, oh my god, Lady Gaga's coming to town. We need to get tickets. The day it went on sale, sorry, I have to do 2 things at once, dye hair and talk to myself. So Lady Gaga, right? I waited in a virtual queue for hours trying to get that ticket. I was super happy when we finally got them. General admission, so on the ground. This is our second time seeing Lady Gaga. It's his 3rd time, but our 2nd time together. The first time we were in the monster pit, like right as close as you can get. We waited all night, we camped out, me and this girl fell asleep, we got woken up by sprinklers. You know, our commitment for Gaga, it was high. Cut to 8 months later, it's December 5th, she's in town. I had just gotten back from Vegas. I had gotten back from Vegas 4 days prior, so I was really tired. I didn't really want to go. I was just over partying. Wow, this is really orange. It looks like baby carrot food. Carrots, baby food, carrots, whatever. I thought about selling my ticket, but it was just me and my one friend going, and I didn't want to leave him and make him go alone. First, I went to work. My boss said there was a big project going on and that if anybody wanted overtime, we have overtime opportunity today only. I want overtime? Why today? He really needed help. So I took the overtime and he was like, thank you, you're a lifesaver. Okay, so I worked overtime. This is I'm a horrible storyteller. Anyway, we go to William's house, we drink a 6-pack, we're turned up, ready for Gaga. We get to the show. I'm gonna throw in some clips here. So we get to the show, we're having a great time waiting for Gaga to come on. We're mingling, meeting people. I met like people at the front door. We were all so nice to each other. We were meeting little monsters. Everything was great. Lady Gaga finally came on. Everybody was so like turned up around me. And this was 3 songs in, right? And Shysta comes on. And I'm like, Shysta, I love Shysta. So I'm doing the Shysta dance. And if you are familiar with it, it's very similar to Michael Jackson's Thriller. So you just kind of go like back and forth. And I'm doing that. I'm like, and I guess I went like this, landed badly on my leg, and I fell down. I was pretty drunk at this point. I was like, whoa, like it all happened so fast. This is so orange. William's like, Marissa, get up. Try to get up, but I can't really. I'm pretty buzzed, so I'm not like fully aware of all that's happening. Like it all happened so fast. He helps me up, and also a random stranger helps me up as well. And I get up for 1 second and I immediately fall back down. My friend's like, what the hell? Like, get up, you're embarrassing me. I realize like I can't hold any weight on my leg, and I look at my leg, not joking. Okay, this is my knee, this is my foot. My leg was like this. It was like a movie. Oh my gosh, my knee popped out of place. My knee's dislocated. My leg is facing the wrong direction. I've seen the movies. I don't have insurance. Like, what am I gonna do? Drunk me is like, pop it back into place. You've seen it in movies, like that's what you do. I just, really fast, I didn't really think. I thought about it a little, and I was like, what else can I do? I can't have my leg just like hanging around, and it hurt just a little. I'm glad I was drinking because it was kind of a painkiller. I get up, I can't really stand. I'm leaning on my friend and I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna watch the rest of the Lady Gaga concert. It was great, I was just standing there. About 5 minutes go by. Lady Gaga's giving this speech about how pain makes you stronger. A woman runs up to me, she's dressed like a paramedic, and she says, are you okay? I'm kind of okay. I'm somewhat standing with my friend. It doesn't hurt, there's no pain. So I feel like, okay, I'm gonna be okay, but my leg just dislocated, so I should probably go with this woman and make sure everything's okay. She says, come with me. We walk a little. At this point, I think I'm leaning on my friend or her. I can't really recall, but I'm pretty sure I'm not walking on my own. We don't go very far, we go backstage, and she said, okay, tell me what happened. I told her everything. And then she said, you're gonna be fine in a week. Sign this form. And that made me very uncomfortable. I said, I'm not gonna sign anything. I right away felt threatened. These people are not here for me. For her to say, oh, you're gonna be fine in a week, well, I didn't really trust that either, but I was like, okay, I'm gonna be okay, good, I'm gonna be okay. I said, I'm not gonna sign anything. Then these men started asking me questions. There was one kind of like older white male with like a big stomach, and he was like standing next to a police officer, and he said, ma'am, we just want to ask you a few questions. How much have you been drinking? And I said, I'm not going to answer any questions. The cop ran up to me and started screaming in my face. He was saying, you're not complying or something. And I said, officer, I'm sorry, I know my rights. I don't have to answer any questions. The truth of the matter is I got hurt, and I'm just trying to see if I'm gonna be okay. At that point, they were calling me a faker. They started saying I was a faker, I was a drama queen. I was standing leaning on my left leg. I was holding up all my weight. I was just standing in place. So I guess they thought I was a faker because I could stand. Like, my leg couldn't possibly have been hurt. You know, I'm still my happy-go-lucky self. So I say, oh my God, am I gonna get to meet Lady Gaga? And they're like, no. They shot that down real quick. So I was like, all right, well, I just want to go back and watch the rest of the show. I have a chair to sit in, or, you know, a wheelchair would be great. And they said, we don't have any wheelchairs here, ma'am. And why would we provide that? Because you're faking it. Okay. I was pretty much hysterical because it was terrifying. My friend was like, come on, Marissa, let's just go. We're gonna get kicked out. Yeah, I don't wanna get kicked out because we paid a lot of money for our tickets and we had been waiting for a long time. I was like, okay, but I can't walk. I was very concerned about getting help. I felt like they wouldn't let us leave because I wasn't signing the form. So I gave them a fake name and I signed with a fake name, a fake signature. The paramedic left. As soon as she got the signature, she left. I was left with the cop and like this angry old man. I started hobbling away. I saw You know, like gymnastic people have mats that they practice on. There was a big pile of those against the wall. Walked over to that, and each time I walked, my leg popped really loudly, and I could feel it popping out of place. And I know they could hear that. It was very loud. So I was like, okay, at this point, they have to believe me. I could barely walk. And I was holding on to the mats like this, like holding up my weight on the mats, and my friend's on this side, and the cops are like run up behind me. They're all surrounding me. I wink at my friend. I'm like, don't worry, William, because I signed with a fake name. He thought I was winking because I was faking it. So everyone, even my friend, thought I was faking it. No. I winked at him because he was like, don't sign, don't sign. At this point, my friend thinks I'm faking it too, and he's like, come on, Marissa, let's go. I'm like, I can't walk, William. Why would I lie about this? So I tell him, just go, you go, because I felt like there was a lot of hostility, especially from the police officer, but also the other man. So I didn't want him to get in trouble because I felt like I was about to get arrested or something. I told him, just go, I'll be fine, just leave me. He does. They still take him and question him. Oh, also I was like filming them, and this was a little while before when they were trying to get me to sign the form. This all happened in like a span of 15 minutes. So I was filming, vlogging, because I was kind of scared of like the whole situation seemed very dangerous. Cop got mad that I asked him what his name was, and I was like gonna film him, and he took away my phone and he deleted the videos. Yeah, that was crazy. I don't even know if that's legal, but I talked to a lawyer and he said that's not okay. That was wrong of him. Where was I? Holding on to these things. My friend left me. I'm all alone. I'm scared. These guys are behind me screaming. They're so scary. They're very aggressive. For some reason, I turn around and I see, maybe they told me to turn around. I see the paramedic. She came back. Like 15 minutes later, she's back. She has another paramedic with her and another police officer. So these people are all surrounding me, staring me down. I'm holding my weight up with my elbows on the mats. I see the paramedic and I'm like, thank God, someone with some sense about healthcare. And I said, are you a physician? And she says, yes. And I said, oh my gosh, please, please, please help me. I can't walk. These guys are saying that I'm faking it, and I just want to be able to walk tomorrow or 10 years from now. Because I was very worried forcing me to walk on it, it's making it worse. I wanted to get off of it. And she said, okay, put weight on it. I do it seems fine, and then it pops super loud, and it pops out of place, and I have to catch myself with my elbows. It's so scary. And then the new paramedic that was there, his face was literally like, let me see if I'm making the right face. He was literally like that. And she said, oh, that's not good. Hallelujah, somebody believes me. And I looked at the old nasty man and I said, see, she said, that's not good. I'm not faking it. And at that point, the cop puts handcuffs on me. I guess they felt really foolish, so mad that he was incorrect that he decided to put handcuffs on me. That pisses me off. It pisses me off so much. Let me just finish the story before I talk about how pissed I am. As soon as the officer put handcuffs on me, I'm like, hell no, this is not okay. I turn around, I'm not facing them. They're all still surrounding me. I go into my purse, I call my boyfriend, and he answers, thank God. And I'm like, baby, I broke my leg. They put handcuffs on me. I don't know what to do. Please help me. And he says, where are you? I said, I'm at the Frank Irwin Center, baby. Please help me. And the cop takes the phone from me and he hangs it up. I guess I'm some kind of criminal. But I'm like screaming, you can't do that. You can't take my phone. Baby, he took my phone. That's fucked up. That's fucked up because I didn't do anything wrong and I shouldn't have been treated like a criminal. Then I look at the new cop who's an African American and I trust him a lot more than these other crazy, hostile old men. That officer, oh no, I said, are you a police officer? Like a real one? I said, are you a police officer? And he said, yeah. He didn't even say yes. He was just like shocked as well. And he was like, and I said, please, please help me. I broke my leg. I shouldn't be in handcuffs. I can't even walk. Like, what do you think I'm gonna do? But I don't feel safe with these people. They're acting crazy. Please help me. And they did. They stayed with me the rest of the time. And lo and behold, they brought a wheelchair, which apparently they all of a sudden have, even though they told me that they didn't own one. Getting like emotional thinking about it. It was very scary. So they wheel me out. They didn't tell me where I was going. And the person who's like in charge of wheeling me out is the old, nasty, evil man. I don't know where I'm going at this point. I could be going to jail. I could be going to some back room for them to torture me more. I'm trying to like really guilt this man. I'm just like trying anything I can to get help. So I was being pretty obnoxious. So I told him, like, you look like you go to church, don't you? And he said, yes, I go every Sunday. And I said, well, when you die and they ask you what you did while you were on earth, I'm gonna be there and I'm gonna tell them exactly what you did to me. I also asked, like, how much money do you make? And he makes $28 an hour. I was like, oh, that's pretty good, okay. I said, is that enough to do this to someone just because you're afraid that this business is gonna get sued or something? You think it's okay to not care about people's health for them? It's not even your money. They take me outside in the cold and there's an ambulance there, and the ambulance drivers were really sweet. They gave me water. They were very handsome. I told them that I did not want to take an ambulance. I would rather take an Uber, and they talked me into taking it. It's gonna be extremely expensive. At the doctors, they told me I didn't tear anything, so I'm very lucky. I didn't need surgery. I'm very lucky. I'm extremely thankful for that. They gave me a brace so it won't bend, so I could kind of walk on crutches so it doesn't pop out of place every time I walk. The crutches are very useful, very tiring. I had no idea. I'm very more aware of people who have to use crutches now. Like, it's actually a lot of work. So I have a lot of muscles now, and I've lost a lot of weight from, you know, I thought I was gonna gain weight because I can't work out and I'm just like laying around all the time. But I actually lost weight from my crutches because I was working out my arms a lot and they look great now. And even my hands lost weight. So it's kind of weird to look at my hands and I'm like, whose hands are these? Like, they're so small and delicate. I'm sure they don't look small, but they are. Okay, to me, they lost like a pound each. That's a lot. I'm fine. I'm gonna be fine. After a week, I went back to work. I was so nervous to go to work. I was so scared because I was like, how am I gonna get water? How am I mean, I'm gonna quit coffee because I can't walk and get coffee. How am I gonna go to the bathroom? Like, not like going there is hard, but I drink a lot of water, so going several times, I was scared I was gonna be very tired. My coworkers are so amazing. Like, they've been treating me so well. Like, everyone wants to hold the door open for you when you're in crutches. This guy that sits across from me, he's so sweet. Every morning he's like, do you want anything for breakfast? I'll go get it for you. Sometimes when I get to work, there's coffee already on my desk, still hot, because Watita is an angel. So that was like a real relief to know, okay, I can work, I'm gonna be fine. And it's the third week now, and I'm driving. I can drive. I drove today for the first time, and it hurt a little, but it wasn't bad, and I know that's not safe, so I'm not gonna drive a lot. I've learned a lot, and I just want to say that I'm not gonna sue them. I wouldn't be making this video if I was gonna sue them. I've talked to a couple of lawyers, and I really don't think I have a case because I didn't need surgery. I think if it was a lot of medical bills, they would want the case, but it's not. These medical bills, I don't know how I'm gonna pay. I really didn't even want to go to the doctor. I wanted to just watch the rest of the concert, but they wouldn't even like just let me sit in a chair. Who does that? I think they should all get fired, or at least the like two evil old men, because they have no idea what they're doing and they don't know how to help people with medical issues. If you want to know where I was at the Frank Irwin Center. It's like a big stadium in the center of Austin. It's kind of part of UT. It's where they have basketball games and they have concerts. I'm really disappointed in them because, you know, Austin's not a place that should just like treat people like trash. You know, it's a very loving city. I was really depressed for like a week after. I was extremely depressed because everything that happened was scary, and I kept replaying it in my mind over and over, and I was like, am I a bad person? Do I deserve this? Was I really that drunk that these people thought I was crazy or something? Looking back, I don't think I deserve that. I didn't. Nobody deserves that. And that's why I'm making this video, because I want you to know that these things are real and this happens and people try to take advantage of you. Just be very careful, because I never thought I would get hurt at like a convention center. That's just like something in movies. I never thought I would dislocate my leg, but it happens. Just know, just be careful. I don't know, just know your rights. Don't let people walk all over you, because what they were doing was wrong, and I stood up for myself, and I'm happy I did, but I wish things were different. And I haven't drank since that night. Yeah, I haven't really been wanting to drink anymore. I haven't really been wanting to listen to Lady Gaga or even like hear about her. I would love the cost of my ticket back, you know, that's the least they could do, because I didn't watch the concert. I'm not depressed anymore, and I want to tell you why. I'm not depressed at all, because a couple days after hurting my leg, me and my boyfriend decided we wanted to get some groceries. I was in one of those electric wheelchairs going super slow. I put my groceries on the conveyor belt. Excuse me. I was like trying to get out, but there was people all around me, like they lined up behind me. I couldn't fit that way. So I was like, excuse me. And I was reversing, and I was like, dee, dee, dee. So people were kind of moving, but not really. And then this man over here was like, come here, I made room for you here, I made room. I was like, thank you so much. And I went through his cart, and he said, yeah, I know it's really hard to get around. I have one of these. And he pointed to his leg, and he had a fake leg. And I was like, wow. That's all I could say at the time was, wow. And I went around, I bagged my own groceries, and I felt like really strong for doing that. It's silly. He really inspired me, because he was there standing, shopping, buying groceries, and he seemed fine, you know? And I was like, I'm such a baby, like I still have a leg. When I wear my brace, it doesn't hurt. Sometimes at night after a long day, it does hurt, or, you know, when I was driving, it started to hurt because like just moving it a certain way. I'm trying to be easy on it because I don't want it to be worse in the future, but I know I'm very thankful for what I do have, and I'm very thankful to be alive. And I also met an Uber driver with like a crazy story. You're probably like bored of the story by now, but he really inspired me as well, because he was very handsome, right? And he said something like, oh, you know, I was a star baseball player. I was like, oh God, okay. And he said, yeah, until I thought I was Superman and I broke my spine, or broke four parts of his lower back, and he had like spinal fluid in there, and At the age of 22, he was walking with a cane, and he just this year graduated from UT, and he finished from San Marcos, and he finished his physical therapy this year. He was actually like very inspiring to me because it's just like little reminders that things can always be worse and to be thankful for what you have. My leg never got me down, but really what depressed me was the way they treated me. That was so unnecessary, and it didn't need to happen at all. Like, that didn't need to happen at all. I fear that it happens all the time to a lot of people, and it was very traumatic, but I'm fine now. I'm gonna be fine. It's over. As my boyfriend says, it's over. You don't have to think about it ever again. It's over. I'm also really thankful for my boyfriend because he helps me a lot, like all the time. A lot. Like, he would help me like wash clothes, get water, everything. He's so sweet. And I probably need to marry him because I think everybody deserves someone like that. If someone takes care of you when you're sick, that's like the most attractive thing to me. It's adorable. When you're at your worst, you know. They love you at your worst. Marry them. I'm gonna wash this out. Let's see what it looks like. Cut scene.
Multipass.